Hello everybody, my name is Sean Etheridge and this is my wife Katie Etheridge, and we just wanted to share with you a little bit of what God has put on our heart for the people of Romania, Moldova, and Eastern Europe. God called Katie and I originally back in 2017 to prepare to be missionaries, quite to our surprise. We didn't know where that was going to be or what it was going to look like, but over the following years through prayer and seeking God, He has told us that He wants us to go to the people of Romania, Moldova, and Eastern Europe. And He's given us 4 specific people groups to reach there.
So when you think of Eastern Europe, before the war in Ukraine started and all of this turmoil that has been happening lately, you probably thought of touristy places in Europe, like the Big Ben or the Eiffel Tower, or things like that. But you probably wouldn't necessarily think of Eastern Europe. Or of the Ukraine or Romania, but these are the places that God has called us to, and some of these places are some of the poorest places in Europe. And when you see pictures of the way that they live and the way that they have to just do life, it looks like a third world country. It doesn't look like what you would expect Europe to look like. So God has called us to these 4 main people groups, and you can remember them with the word hope. H is for the hurting, O is for outcasts, P is for prostitutes, and E is for exiles.
Just to give you a little bit of information about Romania and Moldova, they're beautiful countries in Eastern Europe, in and around the Carpathian Mountains. They're both on the southern border of Ukraine. Romania has a little bit less than 20 million people in it. The tiny country of Moldova only has about 2.5 million people in the country. Both people speak Romanian as their native language. Both countries were former Soviet Union countries. There's a lot of poverty in both of the nations, Romania being one of the poorest countries in the European Union, one of the countries with the highest amount of people that have a full-time job that are still living in poverty. Moldova is the least visited country in Europe, one of the poorest countries in all of Europe, and has some of the highest alcohol abuse of any country in the world, with 1 in 4 deaths in Moldova being alcohol related, where the world average is 1 in 20. Now these are beautiful countries and beautiful places. There's a lot of hardship there, and there's a lot of hopelessness in that region. And where there's great hardship and where there's great hopelessness, there's a great opportunity for the gospel to be preached and for the message to be able to be shared.
So H stands for the hurting, and that is for all of those people that are trying to drown their pain through alcohol and drugs, that are just trying to make it through. But we have this great joy that is found in Jesus, and we want to be able to bring hope to these people that are so hurting and so hopeless, to be able to share with them that there is hope and healing in Jesus.
And O is for the outcast. Specifically, the Romani people are also known as the Gypsies. Romania has the largest concentration of Gypsies in all of Europe. They were originally a nomadic group that came out of India and settled in Romania and Europe. And there they were enslaved for over 400 years before they were finally released. To this day, they are still prejudiced against. They have about a 20% employment rate, and most of them never even finish 3rd grade. They are people that live in their own communities, segregated from the rest of the country. They're the most hated people group in Romania, and we want them to know that they are God's children, that they are loved, that they are not outcast, and that God has a plan and a purpose for their life.
The 3rd group is P for prostitutes. And this group of people are for all of the women and children that have been captured in human and sex trafficking. Romania and Moldova are the hub for all of the human and sex trafficking that happens in all of Europe. We want to go to where the problem starts and be able to help kids and young moms and single women and all these people that are easy targets to be able to understand the different ways that these people try to target them and make them easy prey. We want to be able to help them understand that and to know where they can be kept more safe and more secure. But we also want to reach out to those that have already been drawn into this life. whether that was by choice or not. We want to be able to reach these people who feel like they have no hope, no escape, and no way out. To be able to tell them that they are not found by their identity in what has been done to them or in what choices they have made, but their identity can be found in who Jesus Christ says that they are. And these women, these children, they are beautiful. They are sons and daughters of God. And he sees them as his princess and his prince that are a part of his family. And we want so desperately to be able to share that good news with them.
And the last group is the Exiles, for E, and specifically the Ukrainian exiles that have had to flee this war in Ukraine. With Romania and Moldova both being on the border of Ukraine, there's a lot of people that have fled and taken refuge in both of these countries. Many of the people there have lost friends, have lost family, they've lost their homes, their towns. They're hurting and they're looking for a place to fit in and feel safe again. We want them to know that there is healing and purpose in Christ, that they are loved, that they have a plan, that there's a future for them, and that they have a home for them in heaven that's uncorruptible by war, by bombs, and by man. Now, God has asked Katie and I to go to bring hope and healing to the people in Eastern Europe, to the hurting, to the outcasts, to the prostitutes, and the exiles. We've said, "Here I am, send us," but we can't go alone. We can't go unless brothers and sisters in Christ will stand up and partner with us and support us monthly to be able to go and do the work of the gospel in those nations. We're asking you, please pray and ask if God is putting these people on your heart to bring hope to Eastern Europe. Church, we're asking you, will you pray and consider supporting us as one of the missionaries you have, so you can get more information about us, about our goal, about what God's put on our heart at Etheridges on mission.org. Thank you and God bless.